don't have to just keep managing homelessness, we can actually end homelessness. And if we share a vision around that, it's achievable.
We see people who are coming before the courts because of disadvantage and dysfunction, not because they're fundamentally bad or evil.
Homelessness guts you. It absolutely tears you apart.
You think homelessness is a disease that you can actually catch it. You want to be careful, you know, like that's the sort of stigma that you get.
Catching homelessness,
yeah, but like that's the sort of stigma that you get.
Yeah.
Well, I had a woman the other day walk past, and all she could do is say, "You ought to be ashamed of yourself." I can imagine like they'd be judging you, and that's the worst thing. People judge you like. So if I got up and put a suit and tie on and shaved my beard and put shoes on, it make me a different person.
It's ridiculous.
It might make me look different, but it doesn't change the person that I actually am.
Much more harder than it looks.
When winter gets here and it's pouring rain, that's yeah.
If there's anything that you want everybody in the world to know, what would it be?
Well, you're not invisible, buddy, because we got your back.
What do we do about the people that don't get back pay?
Well, what do we do about the people who are dealing with that, regardless of the back pay or not?
Yeah, we certainly don't ignore them.
Look, I've got a whole bunch of free food in my bag.
Can you go and give it to the homeless people?
Give it to the homeless people?
Yeah.
You reckon?
God will bless you.
Are you sure? Well, I think the key is just to stay being happy. You sound like a very happy man, so...
Well, yeah, right.
Huh?
Yeah.
You're sleeping most of the time with one eye open because you're too scared that someone's going to come along and beat the crap out of you. I mean, I got punched a couple of times. We got chased in a car with a bull bar on the front, and we nearly got run over. The guy was dead set trying to hit us. You're living on probably 2 hours sleep a night if you're lucky.
To support someone in a house costs about $37,000 a year. If that person's on the street, the costs are more like $190,000.
Well, it costs money, of course, to provide people home, but it also costs a lot of money to not provide people with homes. I've mentioned the prison system, which provides accommodation at the cost of about $120,000 per year. For an adult, for juveniles, it's much higher. It's over $350,000 per year. So given that homeless people are overrepresented in that system, we are paying a lot of money to house people, often for short terms, in the justice system. So it's actually cheaper to provide that person with a home than it is to release them into circumstances in which a return to prison is a very high prospect.
The attitude that we've been trying to get across is that 4 walls and a roof do not end homelessness. We know of several of the guys that I streeted with that they were actually offered houses, and after a couple of weeks living in a house on their own, they went back to the street. I couldn't sleep the first couple of nights that I actually had accommodation. You remember daily all the problems and the issues that you went through.
What we as the sector are really looking to do is having that person that walks alongside somebody and then assist them to access all the services in the community that they're eligible to and should be accessing.
I have no doubt that providing homes would reduce the intersection of the homeless people with the criminal justice system for a number of reasons.
The whole basis of actually getting off the street, especially for the long-termers, is that there's got to be wraparound services that go with it. And we look at the idea of actually becoming involved as a body itself to make decisions on what's happening for the homeless in West Australia.
People who can't access housing can still have a roof over their heads, can still be provided with essential services so that they can maintain their own dignity.
know, just smiling and being present to their existence is all it's going to take, like, just to change that one day, just to light up that one moment.
Nice talking to you.
Hi to the Sleepbus family in Perth. My name's Simon Rowan. I'm the founder of Sleepbus. I'm sorry I can't be with you today. I really wanted to be, but unfortunately we're right in the midst of beginning our trial program here in Melbourne. But I wanted to send a message anyway and have a chat to everybody and let you know what we're doing and what the process is going forward. So for those that don't know, Sleepbus is a mobile homeless shelter. I convert second-hand buses into mobile homeless shelters. Within this bus, you can see behind me, that's all finished. We have 22 sleep pods. Each sleep pod has a lockable door, single bed, mattress, sheets, pillows, blankets, everything you need for a good night's sleep. Within that pod we have climate control, intercom, USB charging for a mobile phone and some lights. We also have digital free-to-air TV. TV is quite important. It helps calm people down when they get in their pod, and it could also be the trigger that reminds them of what they had once before, and maybe it's the trigger to find a way to get back to that. And to help that along, we also have an auxiliary channel, and that auxiliary channel has all the services that are available to a person within the area of the bus where that bus is located. And so it'll have maps and information of all the different things that are available so that you can find your pathway out of homelessness should you decide to do so. So we also have underneath the bus pet kennels, so a lot of homeless people have companion animals now, and that's great for mental health, and so we look after them as well with pet pods underneath the bus. We have 2 toilets on board as well, so people don't have to leave the bus to use facilities, and that's really about keeping everybody safe. And to keep everybody safe, we also have a caretaker that's on board all night, and so this person looks after everybody and makes sure that everybody's safe and can enjoy a good night's sleep. And that's our goal. We believe that sleep changes everything, and we hope that with a good night's sleep and a clear head in the morning that the pathways out of homelessness will be just that little bit easier to find. The process going forward is that to bring our first bus to Perth, I've just got to complete my pilot programs here in Melbourne. So I've got first one starting shortly in Melbourne in St Kilda, and then we take 2 buses into Melbourne CBD after that and test some few things out there. And then once that's done, we can launch nationally. I'll be comfortable then that I've tested everything and I'm comfortable that it's going to work as intended. And then we can start doing some good things around the country. We've got a lot of support all around the country really. We've got people preparing to raise funds for Sleepbus in Sydney, Gold Coast, Byron Bay, Adelaide, and Perth, so which is fantastic. Canberra as well, and so the process is that we need $100,000 to be raised initially, and that triggers the Sleepbus build for that town or that area, and that $100,000 is spent on building the first bus. So the bus behind me here, you're looking at about $60,000 to build a Sleepbus, and then the rest of the $100,000, so the $40,000 that's left over, is used to get Sleepbus over to Perth, and then pay for the caretaker's wages for about a 3-month period. So that's our operating cost for a 3-month period. The plan then is to then drum up some corporate support and get some sponsors for Sleepbus so that it can run ongoing, so an ongoing the approximate cost of ongoing operation of a Sleepbus is anywhere from that $180,000 to $200,000 mark, and that's mostly for the caretaker's wages. Obviously we have somebody on there all night, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, so that's the bulk of our operating costs. And so we feel that once we've got a bus over there though, we'll be able to drum up support, and it's that proof of concept. If corporates over in Perth can see the bus and touch it and feel it and see all the good things that it does, and how cheap it is to actually run it. It's only $27.50 to provide a good night's sleep for somebody on Sleepbus, and and that was part of the goal, is to make sure that it was cost effective. So look, Perth's been really supportive of me. When I first launched my GoFundMe campaign a few months ago, I raised $20,000 in 4 days, and that allowed me to buy this first bus. And most of that money came from Perth and London, of all places. So it's a bit odd to say that Sleepbus has gone global, but we've got a lot of interest from all over the world. But Australia's first, and we'll get the ball rolling here and look after our country, and then I have no problems packaging it up and allowing other countries and other organisations, if they think Sleepbus can help, they're more than welcome to have the plans. Sleepbus runs Sleepbus, so nobody needs to worry about that. No organisations need to worry about how it's going to operate and how it's going to work. I just need the funds to get it built. I'll get it over there, I'll get it running, and we'll look after everything and look after all our guests that we can get on the bus. So I appreciate the support again. Thanks for having me and allowing me the opportunity to have a chat to you here today, and I look forward to getting over there and catching up with everybody soon. Thanks so much. Bye.